Hey everybody, welcome in if this is your first video. Welcome back if it is not. Either way, I am really thankful that you're here, and I'm really thankful that you've decided to spend just a little bit of your day with me today. Today's gonna be a little bit of a different video. So we've got a Mickey loot box. I'm not gonna quite call this an unboxing. It's gonna be a little bit different than that. So let's just get into it. I'm Rachel, and this is Attainable Disney. Okay, so first guys, I know I'm still rolling with the no background thing. Sorry, moving is like the pits. Sorry, I know it's like creating like a weird shadow. I hope it's not like too distracting. I'm sorry. Yeah, so like I said, so we've got a Mickey loot box today. I'm not really gonna call this an unboxing because I already did the part where I opened the box and like looked at the stuff that I got. And I really felt like that wasn't what the video needed to be about. So kind of like turned the camera off, collected my thoughts for a while, and I wanted to come back. First thing I'll do is I will show you what I did get in the box. So this box is my A Ticket Disney Springs box. So of course we got this postcard with that scary hot air balloon. It says, Rachel, we hope you can visit Disney Springs soon. All the magic, Mickey loot. The first item is this trinket box, I guess they call it. Yeah, trinket box. Like a little jewelry box or coins in it, I don't know. It's like porcelain. It's very heavy. It's from the ABC Disney collection. It's got a J on it, and the design is the Jungle Cruise. The second item is an address book. So from that same like ABC collection. It is legit like an address book. Okay, all the different letters. You put everyone's names and addresses. And then this pin that says Disney Springs, Florida. So here's the sheet. All three items are labeled as park items for a total of $55.97. And this is a $40 box. This is an A ticket box. So the first thing I'm going to say is that this is the first Mickey loot box I have ever gotten that I have not been excited about. I am not pleased with this box. I don't like these items. I don't really understand like why these were picked for me. I don't understand why I got these. I don't feel like I need any of them. In my preferences, I list pretty specifically like what pins I collect. And so that Disney Springs pin doesn't really fit into any of those categories. It's a Disney Springs box, so I get how it fits into the box, but like it doesn't really fit into my collection. You know, I do have the Jungle Cruise listed as a ride that I like. I do. I mean, everyone loves the Jungle Cruise, right? But like I opened that thing and I looked at it for like minutes. Like I even had to like go get Mike, and I was like, what is this box that has a J on it? Like my name doesn't start with J, like my last name doesn't start with J. Like, aren't those things supposed to be like your initial? I don't know, like that's what I thought. So I guess it seems like I understand the thought behind the J because I like the Jungle Cruise, but I guess like why would I just have like a random letter J around my house? I will say, interestingly enough, I had that item in my shopping cart online that I was going to give as a gift to someone in my life whose name starts with J. True story. So it will probably have a home. The address book, I don't understand at all. I mean, I'm sure that I checked like stationery on, or like office supplies, or like whatever it is on my preferences, because I like pens, and like I use like notebooks a lot at work, and you know, there's so many cute like little sticky notes and cute pens and things like that. I don't know who uses an address book. Like literally who uses a like paper address book. And also, I've been sending mail out to all of my friends and family for over a year in relation to like my wedding, and like save the dates, and like change the dates, postpone the weddings, and write all those things. So like I have all of my family's addresses. There's 0% chance that I did it on paper. Like who does that? So the next thing we're gonna talk about. So I ordered 2 boxes on March 17th. June 16th. So I'm realizing it's like almost 3 months. And I still haven't heard a peep about the 2 I ordered on March 17th. So I'm like, I'm gonna send an email. So I sent an email to, you know, support at Makey Loot or whatever. And I said, hey, just following up on these 2 boxes that I ordered on the 17th of March. I know I've got some other ones on order, but like those ones are kind of the oldest, so just checking in. I had been on one of Matt from Makey Loot, one of his like Facebook Live that he's been doing, which are very informative, right? So he goes on Facebook Live and he talks about a lot of stuff, but one of the things he says is like, he updates sort of where they are at the boxes. So he's like, oh, so whatever it is, right? Like, oh, Monsters Inc. boxes are started mailing, or like we sent out the last Emperor's New Groove, or, you know, whatever, right? So he gives like updates, right? And he had said on this live that they had 6 101 Dalmatians boxes left. And one of the ones I ordered on March 17th was 101 Dalmatians box. So I was like, okay, so I'm feeling good. So I was like, let me follow up. So I sent this email. He responded very quickly, which I very much appreciate, and said, he said they're in the, you know, in the final stages. He said, if you don't get a shipping notification today, you'll get one in the next 2 days for both of those. And I said, okay, great, I'll take it. So then on the 19th, so that was the 16th, I was told that. On the 19th, I still hadn't heard anything. Matt was doing another Facebook Live, and I asked some more questions, like, hey, like, I still haven't got like my box. Like, did you send out all the 101 Dalmatians? And he said, you know, hey, send me an email, I'll follow it up. So I did, and he responded and said, or you'll get an email, if not today, by Monday. So, and I did get an email on Monday that said it shipped, and it arrived today, which is June 25th. So I ordered March 17th, and my Disney Springs box arrived today, June 25th. I also received a shipping notification today for another box that is on the way, does not have like a pending delivery date. So, I mean, I assume that'll be here within a week. It's like 100 days. Someone do the math. That's over 100, that's like 100 days almost. It's over 3 months to get this box. And then I get it and I don't like it. And so now I'm just bummed. Like this is just not how I thought this video was gonna go. I thought it was gonna be like, oh my God, this box is here. It's been so long. Like, let's rip it open. Like, let's see all this cool stuff, right? And like, I mean, like, what about this is Disney Springs? So, you know, I can take some of the responsibility for not liking my box because maybe I should have been more specific in my preferences. I don't know. Part of me wonders or worries that, you know, if I send too many emails or like I ask too many times, that they're just gonna be like, oh my God, she needs to shut up, like put shit in a box and send it to her. So that worries me, right? If it was a different company, or like a different kind of product where like I ordered a very specific thing and I knew the exact thing that was coming, I would send those people emails every single day. I'd be like, I ordered this thing 3 months ago. What are you doing? But I feel like because of the like mystery box sort of aspect of it, I feel like there's a little bit of a gamble. And I feel like if I don't want to burn any bridges, I guess. I don't want to make anybody angry because I don't want it to result in me getting a crappy box. And that's not based on any like specific like behaviors or something that I've seen. That's just like a fear in my head. So not to say that like they've done that or anything, but like that's just something I worry about. If you watched either of my 2 most recent Mickey Loop videos, which I'll tag right up here for you, I got my first box in months, right? So I got my February box in May. So I went like, 3 months or something without a box. And I was honest that I was not happy. And I was honest with the reasons why I wasn't happy. I was not happy that it was delayed so much. I felt like that was a little extreme. I understand that they moved. I understand COVID. I still felt like that was a little extreme. But moreover, I was frustrated with the lack of communication. I was frustrated that there was not a proactive communication, that there was not an email that went out to all of the subscribers or all of the customers that said, hey, we know your February box usually ships by now. You may have noticed that it hasn't. That's because we moved to Orlando. This is exciting, blah, blah, blah. There was none of that, right? Like the onus was on me as the paying customer to figure out why I didn't get my order. And I didn't think that that was fair. So that was frustrating to me. And it was frustrating to me that after I did that there was no clear explanation or like no clear timeline. I think I had said in the first video that the first time I had reached out was like the middle of March, and they were like, we're working on them now. Oh, great. So I was like, oh, okay. Now means like now, right? It means like active. So to tell me in the middle of March that you're working on it now, and I don't get it until May, like I don't understand. Like that was not explained to me clearly. And I think that I was owed that. I don't think that's an unreasonable expectation. Okay, so I went into the very first box that I got in May. I went in, I don't want to say skeptical. I was not pleased, but trying to be open-minded. And I was delighted with all the items in the box. And that's how I ended the video. And I said, this is exactly what I wanted. Like, I'm gonna ride this out because the product is always wonderful. And so hopefully this whole moving fiasco is like over and we're back on track. And it was very shortly after that I got another shipping notification that another box was coming. And so I was like, we're in, we're done, we're wrapped up, right? That box came, that box was awesome too, right? And so I was like, yes, here we go, right? Like I was like sucked back in, essentially. I don't want to say sucked back in because like I don't feel like I was ever really out, but I definitely was bought into the idea that things were going to be moving at more of a normal pace, right? And that they were getting caught up. So then when they had, I don't know, I think it was like a 2,000 Instagram follower day or something, right? Where they announced all of these like new themes, and they said, everybody who buys a box today, is going to be put in a drawing for like these awesome prizes, like Dooney and Burke's and tickets to Walt Disney World and whatever, right? So frankly, against my better judgment, I bought a box that day. The reason was twofold. Because one, I was feeling really positive after getting those 2 boxes so quickly. I was feeling like, okay, we're getting caught up. This is great, okay? I love those boxes. Like, they're coming fast. This is gonna be great. 2, one of the themes was Guardians of the Galaxy. You guys know I'm like a total Guardians of the Galaxy stan. And so that, you know, that really appealed to me. I was excited about that. And I'm gonna be honest, I bought a C-ticket box, which I've never done before. So I spent a lot of money. I invested a lot of money in this box on the presumption that things were moving and shaking. Things were back to normal. A couple other things I guess I just kind of want to address. You know, like I said, I've been watching all of the Facebook Lives that Matt has been doing, and really like participating in those, right? So he does Facebook Lives, he does Instagram Lives or stories or whatever, you know, whatever, like live on Instagram. You know, and he asks questions. He says like, what themes do you guys want? And I'm answering, you know, I, you know, have made suggestions and, you know, talking to other people and right, like I'm not just in there like, where's my box? Right? Like I'm not, it's not like that. Like I still, even with my frustrations, like I still want to believe in this. Like I still want to be able to give them my money and get product. But they're making it really difficult. So yeah, so like I said, I've been watching the Facebook Lives, I've been watching the Instagram Lives. Matt has done, he did a really long interview with another Disney channel here on YouTube. I believe he also has another one coming out. So like I said, I'm filming this on the 25th. I think it's coming out like this weekend maybe, you know, and so those have actually been really helpful. Like I've actually learned a lot, right? Like there's been like a lot of insight about like their process and like his thought process and sort of what their business is about. And I've learned a lot. It actually has been very useful, okay? And, you know, he's talked a lot about how speed is not a priority for them. And honestly, like I respect that, okay? That's not the priority for them. They say what they want is they want a good presentation, right? So they take a lot of pride in the packaging, which we know, like things are always wrapped so well in the glitter bubble thing that everybody loves, right? And apparently they screen print their own boxes, which like I didn't know. You know, it really sounds like he puts a lot of effort into like shopping for things. And so, you know, speed is just not one of the priorities for them. And that's okay, right? Every business is allowed to have their priorities, right? Just like every customer is allowed to have their priorities. And as consumers, like we should find businesses where our priorities and our values match up to the businesses, right? Because that's how we're gonna be like the happiest customer. So at this point, I feel like Mickey Loot is making it clear through social media that speed is not their priority. So going forward, I know that. I do think that they need to put something on their website, like where people order, because not everyone is in the Facebook group, like not everybody's on YouTube, right? Not everybody does like social media. And so I do think that they need to be more explicit on their website about timeframes, just so that everyone has clear expectations. You know, in some of these other videos, interviews, live streams that Mickey Loot, or I should say Matt from Mickey Loot has done, he's a couple times mentioned Groundhog's Day and how on Groundhog's Day they sort of opened the vault, right? And they put every limited theme that they've ever had back up for sale for 24 hours. And you could buy any limited theme that they had. And he talked about the sort of overwhelming response to that, like how successful it was and how that put them back so much. Right, like the response to that was so much more than they thought it would be. And then it was after that that he was like, I can't keep making this drive from North Carolina to Orlando all the time to buy stuff. We just need to move. And so that was kind of that was sort of the nail in the coffin for the move, it sounds like. And so my question is, why did we keep selling more boxes after that? So why after that? So you know that you're behind, right? You know that you got overwhelmed with orders. Now you know that you're moving. So you know that you're going to be even more behind, right? More behinder than you're already behind. And you keep putting up more limited edition theme boxes. And Matt addressed these things and says that he wants to make sure that new people that are finding the site are having new things to buy and look at, which I get. And those people who had money invested already deserve to have their things. And those of us who bought things after that deserve to have our things in a timely manner. And if you can't do that, it's not fair to sell us that. And now if you want to sell it to us as a pre-order, if you want to say, hey, here's this Disney Springs box that you want to sell me in March, and tell me we're not going to deliver these until July, like June or July, because we're doing these orders first. Okay, great. You wouldn't be hearing a peep at me. Matt has also talked about, again, in these videos, you know, how speed is not a priority for them in the monthly boxes, and that people should not expect, you should not expect like a routine in your monthly boxes, right? So that's why sometimes your monthly box, it might take 6 weeks, it might take 2 weeks, right? Like they're gonna come at sort of different intervals, because each month it might take them sort of different amounts of time to like shop for things, or they may have more orders or less orders, or, you know, he may be looking for that one thing for your box. And so, you know, you can't expect it to be consistent, right? Which again, I feel like should be more explicit on their website at this point. I feel like everything else in the world that I subscribe to, right? Every other subscription service, you think like magazines, I get my prescriptions through like a mail order subscription. I used to get like makeup subscription boxes, right? Like if you get like Ipsy or BoxyCharm or whatever. I used to have an Audible subscription, right? All of those things have a system and like a routine. You pay for it on X day of the month, the first, whatever. It ships by the 10th and it arrives to you by the 20th, right? And those things are consistent, right? Audible, every single month, I'm charged on the 5th, and every single month on the 6th, it delivers me a credit to use, right? That's how every single subscription works in every other company, every other business in the world, every other thing. So the fact that that's what we expected out of this one and we were not told to expect otherwise, I don't think that's on us. I'm gonna end this video with a couple last points. I don't know, I think sometimes as like a small, as a small channel, I can't even say a small channel, as like a micro channel, as like a speck of a channel, I'm hesitant to make a video that could be like controversial, because I don't want anybody to be like, she's just looking for clout, or you know, I don't want to like burn bridges or like make enemies or whatever, right? Because that's not like, it's not why I'm here. But I also think it would be very disingenuous of me at this point to like continue just like open these boxes and be like, look at this stuff I got 3 months later, and just like move on. So, but it's scary, and I'm just gonna put that out there, okay? I think at this point now I've got 1 box shipping to me and 3 boxes pending. And so, you know, I think at this point I'm not gonna order anything else. I'm gonna see what happens, you know, and I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say I'm done. I'm not gonna say like, I'm never gonna buy from them again. I'm not gonna say anything like that, because I really want to see what happens. And I'm really hopeful that some of the feedback that has been coming from so much of the community and so much of their customer base is really taken to heart. I really hope so. And you know, and I know that it's not easy. It is so obvious to me that this business is so personal, like to Matt, and I assume to his family. Like they're never like on camera or anything, but right, like this, like it is so obvious to me that they care, right? I mean, like the way that they wrap things and the cards that they write, you know, and it's obvious to me that that this is like fun for them, right? Like it's a business, but like it's fun for them and they care. And it's obvious to me that they like watch my videos, and I know like other YouTubers have said like the same thing. And so I know sometimes when you're really passionate about something, it might be hard to take like that criticism or like that negative feedback, but I really hope that it's just taken as just a thing to improve. I used to work for a company that would call negative feedback the gift of change. Your boss would say, can I give you a gift of change? Yes, please give me a gift of change. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. So, you know, I don't know, Mickey Lou, if you're out there, I don't know, if you're watching this, here's my thoughts. Please give clear expectations of timelines when people buy, right? Under promise, over deliver. So if you were to put up a new theme today, June 25th, it should say on there, estimated delivery, October 2021, right? Like, let's not fool anybody. Then, if you end up delivering the box in September, they're gonna be like, oh, shit. Like, right? Like, then it's like exciting. So, I don't know, guys. That's it. I'm just bummed. I've just been really, I don't know, because I just, you know, I've had these few communications with them that like I just haven't really loved, right? Like, you know, I was unable to get clear answers over email, you know, and even when it's out, it's gonna ship today, like that wasn't true for like date, like that wasn't true, you know. I don't know, so that's been really, really frustrating me. But I was so hopeful that the box would get here and it would be so awesome that I'd be like, oh, I don't care, this is so amazing. Because that is like always the case, right? Like the boxes are always so awesome that like, it like washes all of that away. And this box just missed the mark like so hard that I'm like, meh. I'm gonna end this video. I'm gonna film another one because I want, it's like late at night. It's like, I don't know, it's like 10 o'clock or something, but I'm gonna film another one because I wanna be able to go to bed in like a good mood. Like I'm feeling a little meh. So I'm gonna film another video. So guys, let me know your thoughts, please. I'm really interested. I'm really open to like discussion. I'm really open to it. Tell me below, are you subscribed to Mickey Loot? Do you get the one-time boxes? Have you been having any of these issues? Have you been watching any of these like lives or these interviews? Like, what are your thoughts? So I'm really just curious kind of what everyone else's sort of experience has been and sort of where you're at with it and sort of what your plans are for the future. So let's talk about it, okay? And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.